Have you ever wondered what a house made of 40,000 beer cans look like? Well, me neither. But today we are in Houston, Texas in the Heights. And today we're going to be exploring that house back there made of 40,000 beer cans. Just about exploring the house a bit. We did find out that John worked in the Houston railroads, or was a railroad worker.
I think she said he was the upholstery
worker, but he did work with the railroads as well. I found a very funny article we were reading on him, and so he started this whole vision of this house that you see here. Got started on because he got tired of air quotes mowing the lawn and mowing the grass. Decided to just plaster the ground with aluminum foil from beer cans. And back in the days as well, the beer cans were made with better quality, like actual steel cans. So it's possible to actually build a house with steel, because these are actual steel top cans. And it's crazy that these are probably 40, 50 years old, and you barely see tarnishing on them as well, because it's actual hardy steel.
The house was built in 1930, and it was built by the father of the man that later did this. So the dad built the house and used it as a rental property, and then when John became of age, he bought the house and moved in to raise his family. John worked for Southern Pacific Railways as an upholsterer on the passenger cars, so he was used to covering stuff. And he originally thought that he would cover the entire house in leather, but for so many reasons that didn't happen. Fortunately, so many together that he had to start putting them up in the attic of his house. When his wife questioned why he was putting cans in her attic, he told her that he'd read an article somewhere that said if you put aluminum beer cans in the attic of your house, it was really good for insulation. That was his story, right? So, and she, of course, after she'd been married to him for so long, was like, yeah, right. So then he retired. She did not retire. So he would wait for her to get up in the morning and go down to catch the bus to work. As soon as she was out of sight, he got all the cans out of the attic. He had a little workshop where this building is. And he cut the tops and bottoms off of them first and started making streamers, which he called the curtains. So he was making the curtains, and then one day when he had enough of them together, he waited for Mary to get up one morning and go down and catch the bus. As soon as she's out of sight, he comes out and hangs the whole front of the house. So Mary's coming home from the bus stop. What's that sound? Oh, look, it's your house, lady.
Articles that I read about him, that these floors over here, one day his wife was gone for work, so she rode the public bus, which was really big back then, in the 60s. Was it the 60s?
I think so, 60s.
I think it's the 60s. Actually waited for his wife to leave, and then once she left for work, he got up in the morning and he started laying these little marbles and stones and rocks you see over here. Since he worked in the railroad, he had friends who were miners, and there was these rocks that would be in the mining fields, where he would have them bring all these marbles and all these tiny rocks. So these are all like marbles and stones all engraved in the ground. So it's really cool. And when his wife came back home from work, he said, look what I built you. I built you a gift. Like a little shack, makeshift shack, and this is all just beer cans, like all glass like beer cans. And
it's like more like a patio. Like this was like their patio, you know? Like they can come out here
and crack a beer open,
eat,
get
relax.
risky with the boys. And
Exactly. So when we bought the house from Mary, the only thing that we did was touch up the paint, but in the exact same color scheme as she had it.
Oh wow.
Her lemon tree, she made the lemon tree. She was very proud of her lemon tree. It's very sweet. John started doing the yard stuff in like 1968, and then pretty much continued with everything else until his death in the late 80s.
Oh, wow.
Beer cans are often left in the mailbox out front. I guess kind of as an offering. I was on my way to the office one morning, and I needed to stop by here and check on something before I went in. So 8:30 on a Thursday morning, I came in, I checked the mail, and there was a Coles 6-pack in it. At 8:30 on a Thursday morning. I'm like, who does that? This is kind of cool. This is the original ice box.
Oh wow.
So pre-refrigeration, my understanding is that the ice was delivered once a week, horse and cart, the guy would stop in front of your house, put the 2 big blocks of ice in there, and then your food would stay safe for the week.
Oh wow.
What's really cool for this piece being like over 90 years old, that with just the slightest touch, it still seals perfectly.
Wow, it's pretty cool, given the fact how old it is.
Yeah.
It's like an older stove.
Yeah, this is her. This was Mary's stove. What I really like about like these old models, my grandmother had one like this. So you've got the oven right here.
Yeah.
This is for your pots and pans.
Oh, wow.
Convenient, huh?
Yeah.
The oven looks so tiny.
Yeah, they need to make him like this again.
The piece on the wall right here, in 1980, Falstaff issued a commemorative beer celebrating a centennial. And in order to make it more authentic, they made it out of steel instead of aluminum. That's the can right there. So John thought it was cool. He bought this many of this beer, and I say this many of this beer because he only ever bought beer that was on sale. And so he bought this beer, and he made this banner, and it just hung on a rail in the backyard, and we kind of sway. And because it's not aluminum, it came up with this like really interesting patina.
Oh wow, it's really nice.
It's John's little workshop where that was.
Yeah.
Back there.
The back. It's tiny workshop.
Why you shouldn't drink too much beer? You want to button your shirt?
Yeah, I'm getting there myself. So.
Oh gosh. And Campbell Smith came by and did a visit of the beer can house. He has a he's not from Houston, but he has a gallery here in Houston that is represented by a gallery here in Houston.
Oh, yeah.
And several months later, this showed up, and he had recreated the beer can house from memory out of cardboard.
Oh wow.
So one of our board members bought this piece so that we could keep it here. And then the paintings are on loan. So when he doesn't do a model, he'll do a painting, always using cardboard of different places that he's visited. So Las Vegas, New York.
Oh wow.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's really detailed how he like built this. It looks
From memory. And he's also autistic.
Oh wow.
It's very talented.
I know. It's like focused
really
like
cool.
I can't even imagine. Look at the floor in here. He's cut this linoleum into even smaller pieces.
Oh wow. Has a nice feeling to it as well.
The
Like you
piece
can
on the
feel it
wall
while you
right
walk.
here is made out of Budweiser cans. And he made 3 of these, and they hung on the outside of each of the bedroom windows to keep the direct sun from coming in.
Oh, like
wow.
curtains.
Yeah, these curtains.
So he made makeshift curtains. I don't want to call them man-made, but how one man, it was man-made obviously, but one man-made. You can tell it's a one-man-made team because there's so much uneven rocks over here. Like just trying to push the stroller, it has to take 2 people to push a stroller because there's a whole bunch of like randomly cut, randomly selected rocks. So it's very, very difficult to push a stroller over here. And we're gonna come over here to the makeshift dream catcher. I would like to call this a steel can dream catcher. You can see it's really loud. When John built this house, people actually thought he was in a rock band because that's how loud it is. And those are steel cans. So steel obviously is much heavier, much more durable than aluminum foil. So that's why it's so loud and so sturdy. And the crazy part is it has not lost a blemish, bro. Like looking at these cans, they're probably like 40 years old, 40 plus years old, but they still look probably more than that.
In the 60s, that's like 50 something.
Yeah, plus pushing, and these are not tarnished at all.
By the way,
These are actual steel.
By the house itself was built 1930. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
an older house.
Yeah, so it's really old. All right, guys, so that's a wrap. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Would you visit the beer can house here in Houston, Texas? Or would you not? Or would you want to view the house with a beer can? It might cost more now because if those
Beer is
are
expensive, man.
really
if you go to the
expensive.
grocery store, it's. But you know what?
Just given the fact though that it's steel can tops, steel tops, and steel right now is much more expensive than it was back in the 60s. So if you try to attempt this, you probably will go bankrupt. But
Yeah. Take out your savings.
yeah, take out your savings right now to build this. But it's really cool. I'm glad we came here today. Oops, sorry. If you want to see more videos like this, please feel free to give us a like, a comment, and a share. Help us to boost and get us up there. If you have any suggestions of videos you want us to do, drop it down in the comments below. We'll be sure to do it for y'all. And if you want to see more,
Follow us for more adventures. Woo!
woo, peace out.
Bye.
to